Hello, and today Monty and I have made it to Hopeman, which is like a little town near Elgin, in between sort of Lossiemouth and also Birkhead too. And we're on the East Beach at the moment. The East Beach has got lots of sand dunes along it and some beach huts which we're going to have a little look at and explore. And we'll also maybe head along to the harbour and on to the West Beach too. And you just want to get in the water, don't you, Monty? And here's a sign as to where we are. We're up here, Hopeman, Birkhead over here, and Lossiemouth further along the coast. A little bit of history about Hopeman as well. Can you pause the video? I've got more to talk about as we go through, but this is some of the walks as well. And then this is the overview of the East Beach. The Grim Iron Wife. Local legend of a sea witch who lives amongst the outer rocks, lying in wait for any young children. Wow, okay. Big grassy area for football and other sports here as well. Looks to be also a skate park here. Quite a modern day skate park for skateboarders and rollerbladers and things like that. Overview the harbour here. Now we're heading towards the beach huts, and some of these beach huts are very colourful. And I've never been here before. I think I've been saying that to a few places recently we've been to that I've never been there before. And yeah, Hopeman is one of them. And this will be the first time. But you can see the beach huts. And there are a number of beach huts here, all sort of shapes and sizes. I don't know how many there is, but they are very well used. Got a great outlook towards the sea as well. Yeah, lots of nice colours here. Got some really good views out towards the sea as well, the Moray Firth. Now I don't know who has access to these, if these are privately owned, that they rent them out, or if they just use them for themselves. I really don't know. But people must just decorate them as they want. And yes, there's some really good ones here. In fact, they're all pretty good actually. So Hopeman was actually founded in 1805 to house and re-employ people displaced during the Highland clearances. And these evictions were significant due to a number of the tenants in the Scottish Highlands and Islands, and they were mostly in phases between 1750 and 1860. So these are sort of people from the west coast, I think, more so, moved to places like this. And yeah, we'll delve a bit more into Hopeman itself. We're just sort of right on the coast at the moment. So it's actually Laird William Young of Invergruggy who brought and displaced the Gaelic families from Campbellton in the hope to establish what is now Hopeman. And the settlement was actually expanded by the building of the harbour in 1865 by Admiral Archibald Duff of Drummuir. And yeah, the harbour still is in existence today. Hopefully we'll have a little look at that in a little bit. Sort of reaching the end of all the beach huts here. I'm going to have a little look along here though, because I think there's a few more things to see, and then I think we'll head along onto the beach. It's lovely when you get it on a day like this. There's a few ways we can go. There's also a few signs. So yeah, this is the Daisy Rock. I read a little bit about this, so we're going to have a little look at this over to the left here. And you can actually walk on the coastal path all the way to Hopeman or Cumminston as well. And if you really wanted to, we could walk all the way to Lossiemouth along the east coast, 6 mile walk from here. And this footpath takes us to the Braemar Well. It's over in this direction up here. Now this is no longer in use. I was actually looking up about this other day, but I didn't take any notes on it. So, and I actually can't remember what it was used for, which is sort of no use. So I'm hoping that maybe there might be some signs here to tell us. It's a private garden, Monty, we're not allowed in there. Yeah, there's some signs here. Yeah, that's what it is. Yes. So a typical fisherman woman with her creel used in the early years of the village to carry containers of water from the Braemar well. The children of the village were involved in carrying water back to Hopeman. The only day of rest was Sunday, which is observed by the whole community, of course, as it was the Lord's Day. I don't know if this tap is in use anymore. No, it's not working there. And Monty, you not want to drink out of there, that's for sure. But the well itself, I believe, is just in here. So obviously massively outgrown or overgrown now, but this was the well. Have a little look here from the top of it as well. Hopefully you can see that from there. I can't quite get the angle. But yeah, that is the Braemar well, and now we're heading back along towards the shoreline. You can see the huts off in the distance there on the east beach. And back in about 14 years ago possibly, Hopeman had about a population of 1,700 people. So it was quite, it's quite little to be honest, but it's probably grown a little bit more since then. And I think it's very popular with tourists and holiday makers from all over the place will come here, you know, to visit for a week or a few days, or it could be longer. As I say, this is my first time, unbelievably, just living quite close nearby. But yeah, it's lovely so far. Now this way does take us to Lossiemouth. I think we can maybe go down some of the sand dunes towards the beach potentially. See what sort of access we can get to along here. Maybe one day we'll do the walk from Birkhead to Lossiemouth. One day, might never happen, but who knows. And again, similar to Birkhead as a previous video, you can see a lot of wildlife here as well. Potentially dolphins. I'm not sure if we'll see any today. We had no luck at Birkhead. I don't know if we'll have any luck at Hopeman. We'll have to have a little look and see. Yeah, these are some beautiful sand dunes. So the sand is so soft on my feet, and Monty's as well, I'm sure. And I've got lots of sand in my shoes now after that. I believe there's a secret beach somewhere along, maybe it could just be along this way. We might actually go along this way. It said on the east beach there was a secret beach. Well, it can't be that secret, but I think maybe more secret than what it is here. And this could be Monty's first entry into the water. And he's going straight in. Straight in. Should have brought my Crocs, Monty. I don't have my Crocs. We're not going to go too deep in there. Want to come? Go along this way. Now I don't actually know what's beyond this sand dune, whether it is another beach. Well, it will be another beach of course, but what it looks like. We'll have a little look and see. Oh yeah, so it is a little beach here. More like little stones and rocks though, rather than sand. Come on. Got a little look, Monty. It's like, get me straight in there, Dad. Get me straight in that water. Oh, look at you, majestic dog. You're not quite brave enough, are you, Monty? It does look a little bit deeper. no sign of any dolphin or anything yet. I don't know if they'd be in this little sort of pool here. There's nothing here at the moment. Can't even see any fish at all either. Monty's just trying to play with the rocks. It's so cute. Does like trying to catch the rocks when they go in the water as well. I've just never been that brave to sort of go too deep into the water though. Never been a dog to do that. I think that at the moment is as far as you'll go. We'll have to see if you could swim though. So yeah, I think this is the Daisy Rock area of the beach here. That's what it's called, and it's sort of like a private area. I think this is the bit here that is signposted. Come in, Monty. Yeah, there is quite a lot of large rock formations around the side of the beach as well. We might actually have a little walk up on some of these formations just now. Get some good views of the other beach and of some of the huts, I think, as well. We'll head up this way. So that's where we were just there, Monty. But that's where we were. That's where we were. Yeah, beyond here would be Lossiemouth. As I say, it's about a 6-mile walk to get to that point. And yeah, you've got some ancient rock formations here. There's actually people up there at the moment having their lunch, so I don't really want to disturb them. But yeah, you should get some cracking views up there, along over to the beach huts over here. So this is Daisy Rock itself. So the Daisy Rock is named after the milk daisies that grow around it, an excellent starting point towards exploring the heritage of this quiet and relaxing part of the Moray coast. Like Stonehenge, the natural monument of the daisy and hive rocks record the summer solstice. As the sun sets on the longest day, it settles directly in the north between the two giant rocks. Monty just loves a sniff, don't you? You just love a sniff. So as I said, this is the East Beach, which has all the sand dunes, it has the rock pool there, and it's also got the huts. And off in the distance is the harbour, and the harbour sort of splits the east and the west beaches. So the west beach is of course around the corner from the harbour. So we're going to have a little walk along by the beach huts, back towards where we parked the car, and along to the harbour and on to the west beach. But before that, I'm sure Monty will want to go back in the water. So there's no dolphins to be seen yet along this part of the Moray coast, but what also could be seen for birds would be like the herring gulls, the great black-backed gull, and some oyster catchers among some other birds can be spotted here. And Monty, here, going a bit mad, here, and he's off with his lead, here, good boy. You are one mad dog. Yeah, sorry, I was a bit distracted there with Monty taking off, but yeah, oyster catchers is one of the other birds you can see here, along with some herrings, but nothing as of yet. Could definitely hit the beach at the right time as well, with the tide being out, which is always good. It means you can walk along the beach with sort of no restrictions. And yeah, we've got the sea huts along the left hand side here as well. Luckily for us, there's been no other dogs really going about. So Monty can sort of have the water to himself, which is always good. I think he's just loving life at the moment, aren't you, Monty? Monty! 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 Here, say hello. You living life? You are living life, I think, aren't you? You are. So we've just sort of made our way back into the centre of both the beaches, both the east and the west beaches. And we're here. And there is free parking along this side of the east beach, which is just in this here. Maybe about space for maybe 15 parking spaces, maybe a bit less than that. Get some great views though, and we're heading towards the harbour now. I can count maybe 5 or 6 boats off in the distance there as well. Beautiful day for that. There also seems to be like a hut here for food. I think I've seen quite a few people buy ice cream. Quite a few people standing outside of it as well. And there's a sign here. So it's Finley's Bay, sorry. And yeah, this is the East Beach, as we said, looking across to the sea huts here. Taking in the views, Monty. So that is what's known as the boatyard. So they were selling coffees, ice cream, teas. In fact, they actually sell Riz's ice cream. So we live quite close to where the Riz's factory is. And yeah, it's sort of right around the corner from us. We've actually got plenty of Riz's ice cream left in our freezer. So yeah, I won't need to buy any today. And now we're heading along to the harbour. You actually get a really good view of Birkhead off in the distance there. I can already see it. We'll get a closer view of it as we head round. Just noticing as well, looks to be some public toilets on this direction. And this was a tiny little car park here, sort of a dead end though. It looks like you can maybe park along the other side, on the actual harbour wall side of things here. So that road just here is not necessarily a dead end. I mean, it is a dead end towards the end of the harbour, but you can actually use this road and park along here in the harbour itself. And you can actually get some really good views of the beach huts from this direction as well. And, you know, my car is parked over this direction by the boatyard for the ice cream selling. And yeah, panning over towards the harbour in this direction. So we're going to have a little walk with Monty along the harbour. Seems to be quite a lot of people jumping in this way, or in this harbour today. I don't think I see any signs for not jumping in, so it must be deep enough and there's people even swimming there. Hopeman Harbour. There's a man fishing right at the end of the pier here. Take a little look. Might even be able to walk up on these steps. I'm not sure if I'd be too keen taking Monty up, but we'll see what he does here. He's up. Some good views, eh, Monty? You spot any dolphins at all? Quite a few boats off in the distance there. Just no sign of any dolphins. Sort of the view of the marina here. And yeah, Birkhead is off in the distance here. Right over there. We're going to walk towards the end of the harbour just now, and then we might make our way over to the West Beach and then we'll round up the video. Do you want to jump in the water? It's a bit deep for you, Monty. A little bit deep. You're interested in what's going on there, aren't you? With all the kids over there swimming. You are interested. Also get some nice views of all the static caravans here at Hopeman and the caravan site just across the water there along the west beach. A lot of lovely boats there, like speed boats and such like in this marina here. And yeah, as I say, there's some fishermen or fisherwomen as well along the edge here. Let's have a little look at the edge of this pier, if you could call it that, just now. There's like a nice little beach area here, just down at the bottom of the harbour. So we're heading over to the west beach. So over in that direction there was like a harbour, like gallery. It could also be where you get refreshments. Quite a few people sitting outside there. I think potentially we'll get access to the west beach from this side, but I'm not quite sure. This is sort of going along the other side of the harbour here. I'm not sure if you can get down here or not. Maybe not actually, maybe further along. Yeah, definitely further along, but you get some nice views anyway. Yeah, some lovely views of the west beach. We're not going to go into this, it's a little bit of a walk to get there. There's an overview with the caravan site right ahead. We might just delve a little bit deeper into Hopeman, not too much deeper, to actually get home and get some lunch, to be honest. Getting quite hungry. Monty's had a fair few snacks. I think I've had a banana and a clementine. In fact, I was speaking rubbish. I was just here and I was thinking it was a long walk to the west beach. It's not, it's right here. And you can get access right here. It's really like a double-decker bus of some sort right over that distance there. I'm not quite sure what that is, to be honest. Yeah, I have to do some research when I get home. Right, Monty, come back this way. Good boy. Had enough water for today, I think. Yeah, we'll head along this way, hopefully take us back into the middle of Hopeman. So yeah, this is the West Beach Caravan Park, and it says tents and tutors always welcome, or welcome. And also the Bootleggers Bar and Grill must be over this way as well, so there must be a restaurant over in this direction here. Some beautiful looking buildings over here, by the way. Really nice. Also seems to be some sort of monument here with the Scottish satire on it as well. Have a little look and see what it says. Yes, this is dedicated to all the fishermen and seafarers from Hopeman who lost their lives at sea. And this was actually unveiled by the Royal Highness of the Duke of York back in 2005 to commemorate the 200th anniversary of the founding of the village of Hopeman. And this is Hopeman Harbour, a bit more information about it here. Quite When the settlement of Hopeman was established in 1805, there was no harbour. The fishermen would haul their boats ashore on the nice sandy beaches. Later, when Admiral Duff purchased the village, he saw Hopeman as an excellent location for a harbour. It was to be one of the first on the Murray coast. Construction started in 1838, taking 17 to 18 men only 2 years to complete the East Pier. Wow. A bit more information there as well. And at the bottom there as well. So it says at the bottom here, it says fishing boats continued to use the harbour until the 1960s, when boats became much larger and spent more time at sea. The tidal conditions of Hopeman were not suitable for the larger boats, and so as time passed, it has become a popular recreational harbour for small fishing and pleasure boats. The pontoons were installed in 2008. This is the old salt gathering place where sailors of yesteryear recount their adventures and tell tall tales. So there must be some events happening in here sometimes. Very small building, you can see that there. It's maybe, I can sort of shelter it there a little bit. Lots of probably artifacts and pictures of fishermen from years ago. You got this window as well, I'm not sure if you can see that there. Yeah, lots of history in this building. Very little building, but lots of history within it. Also off of the back of that, there's a black sherry, the defib, and looks like some books. The free books to probably borrow or to take as you when you please. So just heading in a little bit to Hopeman, and just notice the sphere here. So this is the Hopeman Ice House and Admiralty Spear. Sorry, I'm getting the zoom in there. So that's the sphere there, the ice house, as well, a picture of it there. So it was used by early astronomers to illustrate the universe. It says there. We're just going to have a little bit of look into Hopeman itself, and then we'll head back to the car after that. In Hopeman itself, I've just noticed like a pharmacy, a couple of takeaway places, maybe a restaurant or two, and a couple of convenience stores located along this way as well. Camera turned on, sorry. Yeah, there's also a cost cutter along this way, a butcher's, an ice cream shop. There's a Hopeman Sands here, so it looks like there's more ice cream. In fact, there could be 2 ice cream shops along the street just here. Here we go, Hopeman Sands. And a cost cutter just at the end here. So now what I think we're going to do, we're actually just going to turn back on ourselves. We're going to go back down the road towards the beach, and we'll round up the video there. There's also a golf course in Hopeman, and apparently on the 12th green, it's located within a cave below the tee. So yeah, apparently the green for the 12th, number 12 hole is within a cave. That's quite interesting. Monty's are tying me up in knots. Yeah, sorry, Monty's tying me up in knots with his lead there to get out of that there. There's a kid, I used to love going down slides like these. So he's always think it's like the biggest slide in the world. Not necessarily the one here, but elsewhere. Very steep, quite a long one. Now we're just heading back into like a recreational park here. It's got a few different things here for kids, like monkey bars and things like that. My car is off in the distance there. Yeah, we're just about at the end of the video. Alright, what the last half an hour or so had allowed us to do is actually dry off Monty after being in the sea. He's still a little bit damp there, I can definitely see it on his fur there, on his coat, but he's a lot drier than he was. I do have a towel for him in the car. Maybe give him a little bit of a dry off before actually going back into the car. And yeah, it's been really lovely here in Hopeman. I think, as I say, this is maybe my first time here again, unless I was taken here when I was very little. I just don't remember. But yeah, really lovely. Again, a day like this, you can't beat it on a day like this. Nice and calm. You can sort of see right across the water up to the north as well, which is just beautiful. I think Monty's had a really good time as well. He's been in the sea. He's got some really good views of the views as well. I don't think I'm just rambling at the moment. Just ignore what I'm saying maybe. And yeah, I just want to say thank you for watching. So yeah, we'll see you next time. Bye. I always try to do a bit of bonus footage when I can. So yeah, we're just coming along the East Beach again. Hut's off to our right. West Beach off to the left here. Monty, say bye. And your biscuit. Yeah. Good boy. Good boy. You dried off a bit more, haven't you? Oh, you're a bit wet under here, aren't you? You are a bit wet. Good boy. You go back into the car? We go back in the car? Okay, see you later. Bye.